Hi there, I'm Mariefiebach of FeedYourFamilyTonight.com, and today we are making a special treat that our family makes almost every 4th of July, and that is funnel cakes. The dough is super simple. I'm going to check my oil here. Looking good. It's made of yeast, so it's almost like my overnight waffle batter, and I like this dough for funnel cakes. It starts with 2 cups of flour. I'm using white whole wheat flour here. And then 1½ teaspoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of coarse sea salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 egg, and 1 3/4 cups of milk. Today I'm using almond milk. You can use whole milk, skim milk, or almond milk. They all work really, really well. And you're just going to whisk this together. If there's still a few lumps, it's just fine. You want to keep this in the refrigerator for about 8 hours or overnight. And then when you take it out after it's chilled, you're going to want to stir it again because there's a little bit of liquid that'll kind of go to the bottom. So you want to recombine the batter. But this is going to rise overnight and it's going to create really fluffy, yummy funnel cakes. Now let's talk about the oil for a minute. I'm using about 1 quart of just plain vegetable oil. You could use peanut oil here or your favorite vegetable oil. I like to do it in my Dutch oven, even though it's kind of thin, but if there's splatters, it splats up in my Dutch oven rather than in a skillet. And I like to use a slotted spoon as my turner. I've taken this batter that has risen overnight, put it into a zip top bag, and cut a little hole in the corner. And I'm just going to put this into the hot oil. You're going to start by making a circle, and then you're going to crisscross around that circle back and forth in both directions to make the round funnel cake shape. This one is not sticking together very well, but you'll get the idea of what it looks like. It's going to cook for about 30 to 45 seconds on each side. And one thing to know about the oil is that you can reuse this oil. A quart of oil is kind of a lot, and so if you want to reuse the oil, once you're done making the funnel cakes, let it cool down and then put a coffee filter inside a strainer, kind of like what I have here for the powdered sugar. Pour the oil through it to get the little bits that are left in the bottom of the oil, and then store it in the refrigerator in a covered container up to 2 or 3 months. You can reuse the oil 2 to 3 times. After that, it kind of starts to go rancid fast, and so you don't want to keep reusing it, but you can use it for a couple of times. Once it's gone for about 30 or 45 seconds, I find that a slotted spoon is the best thing to flip it with. Just let it flip and let it go for another 30 or 45 seconds. This one's almost ready to take out. While we're letting it finish, let me talk to you about toppings. I am a purist, and it is nothing but powdered sugar for me. But lots of people like different toppings. You could use some canned cherry pie filling or some Hershey's chocolate syrup. I like to stick with just plain powdered sugar, but that's really a personal taste. This one looks to be just about done. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to set it onto a rack that's placed over a cookie sheet and just let it drain slightly. You can see I've got a little straggler piece there. Let it drain slightly. I'm going to turn off my burner here, and then you're going to top it with powdered sugar. And I like to top it really liberally with the powdered sugar, just all over. Funnel cakes for the 4th of July are a special treat in the Fiebach family, and I hope that you'll enjoy making them too. The full recipe is at FeedYourFamilyTonight.com, and if you have any questions, because I know deep frying can give a few questions, you can ask them in the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group. I'm always happy to help.